Okay, maybe we can go and focus on the game. Let's see, because we will have incredibly good players. It will be Bonnie and Dandy. The first map will be Secret Breaker, second map will be Selfie, and third map will be Roadkill.
Can we make this a best of 5? Just because it's so much fun to watch these players play. Like, I really just want to watch more games. Maybe if they both lose. Actually, no, that can't happen. Never mind. I guess we're just gonna have to. We're gonna have to be content with watching a best of 3.
Yeah, we can ban someone. I can always ban one of the go to the lower bracket, and then we will be able to see one more games out of them. Yeah, but we can think about it in BSL6 to make best of 5 winner match final. But I don't know if it wouldn't make, like, if we would have TVT, it could make the cast a little bit longer.
Well, I mean, like, well, Bonyth doesn't race pick, but Dandy does. But he doesn't race pick when he plays against. He's gonna. Okay, so we're good. I wish we could have a TBT between these guys. I always wonder. You ever wonder, like, maybe there's an alternate universe where, like, Flash is a Zerg player, right?
Oh.
Or where everybody plays a different race and they're just really good at that race. That would be really cool. But we can't have everything. So only a few players do race pick.
And I think Larva used to be Terran, and now he is playing Terran, and home of StarCraft there is this channel which is posting Larva play games, and sometimes Larva can beat some good Zex with his Terran, and that's also impressive.
Well, the truth is that every top player out here in Korea can play all 3 races really well. I think Flash was top 10 on the ladder with his Protoss, so he's really good at that too. But obviously they have a main race. So a lot of respect if you are a good player and you can race pick or play multiple races. That's really impressive.
Yeah, and it's more interesting to cast. And from my perspective, it's better than that Dandy is playing PvT than TVT. It's not like I'm not liking TVT. I'm not liking it as much as every other matchup, but TVT is still cool. And in the last week we had Koget showed and SPX showed us some incredibly good TVTs. So it can be a very interesting matchup. But race picking is interesting too.
Yeah. When last funny story, when last lost to Solky, spoiler alert, in KSL.
Yeah.
I was talking to Artosis. He was so sad that he didn't get to cast a best of 7 TVT KSL finals. I'm like, dude, that would have been like 9 hours of games. Like,
probably, yeah.
I think everybody's a little bit happier this way. But you're right. I am glad that this will not be a TVT.
Okay, are you ready, Mr. Rapid? Can we go to the game number 1? So it will be Bonnie versus favorite. Secret Breaker will be first map.
Cool. Yeah, same as our last series.
Okay, so spawning on the bottom right position as a purple Protoss, there is Bonnie.
That's right, and his opponent in the upper right-hand corner in the red as Terran is Dandy, playing his. I guess this is his main race because he only race picks in one of the matchups. So yeah, this is cool. I always find it weird when players want to play the Protoss side of a PBT because there's a lot of really good Korean Terrans, and I watch a lot of them stream, and they just kill Protoss players all day, and it doesn't make it look like an easy game. And of course, it's not easy. It won't be easy for either one of these players because they're both really, really good.
Yeah, definitely. They are both known for their high skill, and they are, with most opponents from foreigner scene, they are winning their games. So that's really interesting to see, because we are not seeing we are seeing them playing sometimes, but not for the game in higher stakes. So I'm wondering if some of them will decide to go with some earlier prepared strategy, or maybe they will just try to play their own game for the entire time.
Right, because there's a few different kinds of players. Some players are very good at dictating the pace of a game, But then if you throw them off, it can really hurt their ability to play a game because they don't get to play their style. And then some other players are very reactionary. So they don't really have a style, but they're good at reacting to what their opponents do. So really cool to see different kinds of players play like that. Obviously from Bonyth, you expect to see some sort of a shuttle reaver opening because he's just very, very good at that. So maybe you could react to that as Dandy and put out some scouting depots to see where that's going to be coming in from.
Yeah, and we're already seeing that Dandy is going for gasless expansion, the barracks on the lower ground in the natural, so he will go for fast command center and probably will try to repair the bunker until he will have a siege tank. So it's like being defensive. He is aggressive by being defensive this way.
That's a good way to put it. It is going to mean that he does have a very fast expansion. But, you know, for Bonyth and really for all Protoss players, especially if you go for something like a forward gateway, you can put on a lot of pressure in a situation like that. Now, you know, thankfully Bonyth is not doing that. It's just a standard, you know, one gate opening. But he's still going to have a Zealot that comes out across the map and is a little bit annoying.
Yeah, so he skipped scouting, and by skipping scouting, this prop, which would go and scout Terran, was able to mine enough minerals that he was able to make a Zealot. So that's a really good move out of Bonnie, and now there is no bunker, so he will be able to apply some pressure on Terran.
Yeah, he's actually going to be able to delay the command center, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he should be able to get in there and get at least a little bit of damage on these SCVs. But he started the supply depot just so that the Marine would be able to run back and forth between there.
Yeah, Dandy is so good. That's so impressive that he was able to react, and he built the supply depot in the perfect position. Now, oh, but he might lose one Marine now. No.
What?
He saved it.
That Zealot actually did the attack animation for the third attack on the Marine. He's still going to wind up losing the Zealot, but oh wow, he almost had a surround on that Dragoon. That's so crazy. But yeah, with the Zealot being dead, this Dragoon's going to be annoying, but this is still going to be hard to clean up.
Yeah, and he's killing all the Marines, so there will be no Marines to put them into the bunker, and now Bonnie is doing a very good job, but he will lose the Dragoon for that.
Oh no! He knew the bunker was about to finish, so he had to try to kill the Marine. But really good SCV control there by Dandy, because if you kill that Marine before the bunker finishes, then the bunker's totally useless. And you can still harass the worker line. It just it gets really annoying. But here comes the next Dragoon, and it's just going to wait for Dragoon range to finish, and everybody knows how this goes.
Yeah, it's a relatively new strategy, but it's very often like we are seeing that very often recently, that the Terrans are going for this gasless expansion, and at the beginning when I was seeing that, I thought that it's hard for Terran to defend, but these days Terrans are getting so good at it that it's like they are not feeling pressured by these Dragons even, I think.
That's good to point out, because if you are a newer player, or maybe you don't watch a lot of Pro StarCraft, and you have to go up against this, it feels so nerve-wracking, because you have to pull the SCVs to repair. You're just like, wow, you know, if I don't have my siege tank out in time, then it's going to be very difficult. But you know, there's a factory coming up, and there's no siege tanks anywhere near. So we're gonna have to repair for quite a while.
Yeah, definitely, because like his machine shop is halfway done, so it is a lot of minerals. I think I was talking to Bonnie about it, and the SCV is like, if SCV is repairing bunker for 1 minute, it's like 50 minerals. So it's like a lot of money also being lost by these repairs.
Also, you know, losing those 3 Marines early, he's having to continue to build Marines here. A lot of lost mining time from those SCVs that he had to pull off mining. So that's maybe one of the reasons that this tank is going to be so delayed. It's only about 3/4 of the way done here, so this is a lot of lost mining time and resources. Bonyth is putting on a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and behind it, he is able to... He started mining from his own expansion. He's going for the river tech, and his shuttle is almost done, so he will not, like... It will be not the only pressure he's doing. He will keep up with the pressure for a longer time.
Well, you know, the siege tank is out, but, you know, the siege mode... wait, that hasn't even started yet. So, for comparison, shuttle speed... started before siege mode here. So he's actually just going to try to build more siege tanks and push out with just straight up siege tanks, even if they don't have siege mode. But oh, diving on it! He's got 3 Dragoons, but it takes one more hit to kill that tank off.
Oh, he might be able to finish it. Oh, the two siege tanks saved that one. Excellent move by
my
Dandy.
Goodness, that was so close.
Yeah, because you need to 8 Dragoon shots and Bonnie delivered 7 of them because he trapped 1 Dragoon. Very nicely defended by Dandy.
Yeah, but he does see that there were 2 more tanks being produced, so he knows factory count and he knows tank count, which is great information to take back home with you because he's expanded successfully behind this, obviously, and has a full base that's up and running, and more importantly, a shuttle in or a Reaver in a shuttle.
Yeah, and there will be no siege mode, there is no engineering barrier, there is no armory, so how Dandy will deal with this Weaver, I'm wondering.
Yeah, does he have anything that shoots air? He has 4 Marines, I think.
Yeah,
but even those Marines are actually with the tank.
Oh!
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
Sometimes the Scarabs are so stupid, like he killed no STVs yet with this.
Yeah, you have to make sure that you aim for an SCV that you're going to be able to hit, not one that's like in the middle of the pack. But hey, you know, both players with very damaging units on both sides of the map. There's only Dragoons to defend here, but there's still no siege mode. So this is going to be a siegeless push from Dandy.
Yeah, there is a lot of tanks. 4 tanks is a lot, but he's also losing a lot of STVs in the main base. Weaver with 9 kills already. But yeah, Dandy is also dealing a lot of damage to Bonnie.
Oh yeah, Bonyth is going to have a really hard time mining from this. Now, obviously there are spider mines, but the Zealots are going to do a good job tanking there. Finally, some Reaver connections start to hit, but still, oh, actually the Mine Drag kills the Vulture off here. Oh, and another huge
He's winning the game with 1 Reaver.
And maybe he loses his Nexus. Maybe Bonyth's Nexus goes down. He can still mine from his main. You can't mine if you have no SCVs!
Yeah, there's only like 9 SCVs left for Dandy, so this is a brilliant move from Bonnie, and now he can go back and try to defend his main base with a Reaver because there is no siege mode, so you can outrange the tanks with the Reaver.
Yeah, and he'll never be able to build siege mode realistically. He actually might just kill off these tanks that are in the main by outranging them, like you said.
25 kills on this Reaver, so
oh my god,
every one of the skill is STV, so now that's why Dandy is having 29 supplies right now.
Yeah, and okay, so he's trying to make siege mode right now, because that's a great way to hold on against this. Oh, the mine! He actually killed. What? He killed the Vulture with the mine without taking damage on his Reaver by picking it up in the shuttle. What a god.
And he's going for killing blow right now, and there is no siege mode and only a few tanks left, so now I think this is a game and Bonnie won it. Oh.
Okay, alright. What a monster. GG, Dandy taps out, Bonyth takes game number 1.
And this shows us how powerful unit Reaver can be, especially in Bonnie's hands.
Hold on, I have to type PogChamp in the chat. What? Oh, I forgot to capitalize the C. You guys can do that for me. That was such a sick move. What a way to end that game. Like, if it's not enough that your Reaver kills every single worker, you have to do that, like, that pickup trick at the end. Just, okay. That's the cherry on top.
And the Reaver survived. Reaver killed everything and then survived. So probably coming back home, he will be like, he will get medal and pensioned until the end of his IUR life.
Well, you know what's interesting is that there's this other kind of style when you're gonna open with those 2 factories where you instead of going for vultures and vulture upgrades, you get Goliaths and Charon boosters or range upgrade, just because of reasons like that. So you have a thing that hits air.
Yeah.
But I think at the end he had like 1 Marine that shot the shuttle a couple of times, but that's it. And against Bonyth, like somebody was saying earlier in the chat, why don't in PvPs against Bonyth, why don't you just get a Dark Archon? Because you know the shuttle's coming. And I think you have to know that as a Terran player too. So, yeah, Bonyth, he kills another player almost exclusively with just a Reaver.
Yeah, this was so impressive. Maybe Dandy felt like the pressure that Bonyth are playing with Dragoons means that he went for double gateway and he's not taking into anything, and he was surprised with this river. But you are right, not having anything with shoot airs, like especially against player like Bonyth, he abused it perfectly.
Yeah. Wow. It's like that scene from Breaking Bad. He can't keep getting away with it, but he does, and it's why he's one of the best players. But the thing about Bonyth is we can talk about how the Shuttle Reaver is something that he's very good at, but the secret is he's actually just good at everything. But that's probably the thing that he is the best at, and it's cool to see it win game.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to see this kind of strategies that this kind of strategies are working. But this is only one overlead already, so I think there is still a chance for Dandy, who is our BSL4 champion. So he's here for a win. So he will not be happy by just advancing to the round of 8.
Wow. Well, luckily and truly, the real winners of that game were the fans, right, and us, because we have more games to cast, right? And the next one I think is Sylphid.
Yeah, you are definitely right. The next map is Sylphid, and the third map will be Heartbeat if it comes to that. So, yeah. Can we go to the game, Mr. Rapid? Are you ready?
We can.
Okay, so
Yep.
Let's go to the game number 2 between Bonyth and Dandy. So spawning on the... This is 8 o'clock position, is as a red Protoss is Bonyth, leading 1-0.
That's right, and spawning on the other side of the map in the light yellow color is Dandy. Oh man, so still, it could be anybody's series because these players are both still really, really good. But I think this time Dandy is going to be a little bit more cautious, especially against that shuttle play. So maybe Bonyth realizes that and goes for a different strategy. But either way, going for that gasless expansion is still a little bit risky sometimes, especially if things like that early Zealot and Dragoon can get some harassment damage done.
Yeah, this first Zealot did incredible job, and for the second I thought when Bonyth had Zealot and Dragoon and there was only 3 Marines from Dandy that he might do it just with these 2 units, but Dandy held it in so well, and if he only would go for the siege mode, I think he would be able to leave 3 tanks in every base and he would be relatively safe. But he decided to go for the push, and he was punished for it so badly.
He was. Perfect way to punish it too. So the best thing for me is, or I think for all of us, was watching that Shuttle Reaver play go very, very well. And one way to really shut down Shuttle Reaver play is by going for 1-1-1. And so that's what we're going to see this time around, or at least some version of that. I don't see 1-1-1 too often anymore, especially versus Zerg, but versus Protoss, you can absolutely just tech all the way up, and as soon as a Wraith comes out, shuttles are going to have a really hard time. So a lot of times Terran players do not go for that route. It can be one way to do that, but certainly that Goliath build I was talking about earlier is one way to shut it down if you have the resources and haven't been really harassed early on.
I'm thinking is it because Bonyth is in this position where he will in the air it will be relatively close to Dandy's Dandy expansion. Do you think carriers on this map are a good option?
So let's see. The biggest thing for carriers is, do they have a lot of ledges and map artifacts to go over? And I think usually it depends on how far the game is, right? Because if you are trying to harass the main base, that can be really hard to do because you have to put your carriers at risk of doing that. But
Yeah.
if it comes to like harassing the natural expansion, that can actually be really easy to do because there's this big ledge right behind it that can be difficult to get units around to hurt the carriers. So it depends on kind of spawn locations because carriers are really slow. The other thing is that the third base is not high ground technically, so it can be a little bit more vulnerable. So you got to make sure you don't die before your carriers come out, and because your third is vulnerable, that can make it a little bit harder to get there.
Yeah, that's a good point, because at the first time when I was casting this map, I thought that this is a high ground, but it's only like divided by this like semi-cliff, and it's actually you are not missing any shots where you are shooting on top of this cliff, so it's like not a cliff. So you're right. It's like you are also risking a lot by making carriers, and you have to make sure that you will not die before that. You will have at least like the critical number, which is 4, I think.
Yeah, I think 4 is kind of the number you need to have at minimum. 6 is where things get really scary. And your opponent has to be really prepared at that point with a lot of Goliaths. But, you know, hey, look at what what Bonyth is doing. Same exact thing. But he recognizes, wait a second, there's no expansion here. So as soon as he pushes in, or actually, I think he's just going to run straight into this. This could be a little bit dangerous. Already a lot of damage being done to that one Dragoon. No hull damage, though. So Dandy knows that there's still a lot of units here, but no expansion.
Yeah, but this is Fast Dark Templars from Bonyth, so he's pretending that he's applying a lot of pressure, and behind it, he's going for Fast Dark Templar and expansion. So what? Then we have to defend it.
Wow. So yeah, there's still nothing that detects. Obviously, it's going to be mines first, just because of that. But if you can auto-attack the mine and kill it off before it explodes, then things could get really scary. Look at this control here by Dandy. Stutter stepping perfectly. He is still taking a lot of damage on that top Dragoon, and none of them have shields anymore. So it's time to run back and wait for reinforcements, because there's still 2 tanks headed out across the map.
Yeah, but still, I think... Oh, but now he's having 4 Dragoons, and he will be able to snipe the tanks relatively easy, and he's killing everything with 1 gateway only. I don't know how it's possible.
How many... Like, I feel like it takes most players more than 1 gateway to win the game, Zero.
Yeah, definitely.
And actually, he could just mind drag with these Dragoons to save it again. Oh, he's going to try to stutter step it back. Only Bisu can do this, man. If Bonyth can do it too... Okay, so he's going to try the stutter step micro with the Dragoons to pop the mine, stutter step back, and kill it. It's very hard to do, especially with only 1 Dragoon. So I think at this point, your best bet is maybe mind dragging into the Vultures, but he is going to wind up losing that Dragoon. And he might wind up losing the DT if he can't kill these mines quickly enough.
Oh, he will try to... Oh, but there will be still enough mines, I think.
He needs to hit the mine! Oh, he can take 2 of them. But yeah, the DT's already in.
And there's nothing to defend the main base against Vultures. There is only 1 Dark Templar, so you can like go through it and try to... Oh, no, now Bonyth is punishing the entrance to the main.
I don't think you can go through that. You would have to glitch through the egg by laying a mine. And both of those Vultures are at 1 HP, so the DT would one-shot them before they did that. So at least his main is safe.
Yeah, definitely right. And now Bonyth is microing as good as he can. If he will cancel this command center, it will be huge for him.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's gonna get a cancel.
Oh, yeah, there is a cancel.
Wow, that's huge. So already Bonyth knows he's in a really good spot. He's able to cancel that. He defends against the Vultures perfectly. Now, if he can defend against the next Vulture attack, that will be really impressive. Because this is, what, 5, 6 Vultures? Yeah, 5 Vultures coming through here. That could be a lot of dead probes. So he instantly blocks the entrance to the main. And the DT should be able to kill these Vultures, but it's still going to be a lot of dead probes.
Oh, and... No, there is no entrance to the main base, but a lot of probes... Yeah, you are right, a lot of probes died, and it will be hard for Bonyth to saturate his expansion right now. But there are 3 factories from Dandy, so he will try to constantly apply pressure on Protoss with his Vultures.
Yeah, 3 factories on 1 base. You're really just going to go all out, offense. He is building a command center behind that, so it's not like this is an all-in. It just means he's going to try to put on a lot of pressure with these vultures. And because they have mines, you know, you're paying 75 minerals for the vultures, but you're really just paying 25 minerals for each mine and getting the vulture for free. Because the mines are what are really, really valuable. And he's going to continue to try to sneak through here, but really great defense this time by Bonyth.
Yeah, this Dark Templar, it's like not dedicated anti-vulture unit, but it's working so well against vultures in this game for Bonnie. And he's doing that very nicely. Oh, and Dandy is trying to kill the Dark Templar. It's so hard to kill Bonnie Dark Templar with the mines. Like,
he's gonna kill the mine, and he gets it. But wait, what? Oh, he walked into turret range. Wow.
Yeah. I thought like, oh, is this some kind of bug? But yeah, there is a missile turret. Oh, we have a Dark Templar drop in the main base, and there is nothing to defend against it.
Oh no, because he's not gonna have an academy, right? So there's no scans, there's no turret in the main, and now there's 2 DTs in here. Oh my gosh, this
Poor
is
Dandy.
so terrible.
Yeah, he's having only one turret and it's in natural. He didn't he didn't build any in the main base. He just starting this one, but it will be easy kill.
Oh my god. So Zero. So Bonyth is winning another game by dropping things in your base with a shuttle. Like, you know, somebody's got to stop this guy. Like,
yeah, you're definitely right. He won against Favorite by that. He won first game against Bonnie by that, and now he's winning. Like 3 out of 4 games he's winning with just good shuttle plays.
Like, you don't need a double brimmed like Sherlock Holmes hat to be a good enough detective to figure out how Bonyth wins his games. Like, it's not one of the great unsolved mysteries of the world. So yeah, these DTs are killing everything in the main. There's a few vultures trying to harass the natural, but that's really well defended. And I don't know, Dandy seems super dead.
Yeah, he's in very bad position right now. Bonnie 30 supply lead, and he's having so much money. I'm wondering, of course there was some vulture run by, so there is only 7 probes in the main base of Bonnie, but he's still mining from 2 bases where Dandy, he didn't mine from main base for a long time. Oh, such a huge Dark Templar bomb.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be able to keep doing that too. Oh, wow, he picked up the DT.
He's so good.
Are you kidding me? Oh, I mean, obviously the shuttles and the DT are the most important thing, but you've got other things to do, right? Because, hey, look, back at home, there's 2 vultures in Bonyth's main killing off almost all of the probes. So this is a lot of damage to do economically, but he has another base. And he's got tons of probes there, so Bonyth is still going to be okay.
Yeah, definitely. It is a good move from Dandy to do that, because this is what he needs to do if he wants to go back to this game, get back to this game. But he's taking too much damage in the main base. But yeah, these are good attempts to try to slow down Protoss.
Yeah, and Bonyth is not being greedy, right? He's not trying to kill Dandy. He's just trying to get a lot of damage done. Use these DTs successfully. Oh, he snipes a mine. It's going to make this very, very hard to deal with. And there's still nothing to detect in the middle. Oh my god, he could mine drag into the mineral line.
Oh!
He do it! Oh,
he killed the mine, I think, with the vulture, right?
Yeah. I think he sniped the mine with a vulture.
Oh, but
if
now
he did
it
that,
might be terrible.
what a god. Oh, he's going to try to go back and mine drag into that. Finally, one of the DTs is taken out, but there's nothing to detect in the main.
Yeah, and Jesse on the chat, why no Right? Yeah, Right would be a good unit to... Yeah, now he's just starting the Right to kill the shuttle, but I think it's like the damage has been done. Now Bonnie is having more than double supplies of Dandy.
Yeah, I think I said that at the beginning of the game, like, just build 1 Wraith and the shuttle doesn't do anything. But he's actually... Wait, did he build the Wraith? He's only building dropships.
Huh.
Yeah, so he built 2 dropships. He built 1 before and dropped the vultures in the main, and then he's building another dropship here. When a shuttle is the thing that's killing him.
Yeah, he started the raid and then he cancelled it and then decided to go for the dropship. So maybe he feels like the pressure of shuttle is ended for now.
Well, you asked if this was a good carrier map, Zero. I think you're about to get your answer, because there's a fleet beacon, 2 carriers on the way with +1 air weapons and carrier capacity. So we're going for it. And if you don't have one Wraith to stop the shuttle. I don't know if you're going to be able to kill carriers.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not seeing even armory anywhere, but then he's trying to play as good as he can. He's doing that vulture drop in the main base, but there are already dragoons over there, and luckily for him, he will scout the carriers at least with this drop.
Yeah, you're right. That is really the only good thing that's gonna happen here, because most of the probes will actually be pretty safe here. Still lots of kills on these vultures, so it's not like that was a bad drop. He even saved the wait, did he save the dropship? Yeah, he did save the dropship, so we can reuse that. But here comes another shuttle in with more Dark Templar.
There is a mine over there.
Oh, there's a mine! There's a mine! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Ah, he doesn't drag it successfully, but that could have been really bad.
Yeah, and I don't know how tanks are having like vision over there of a Dark Templar. Maybe there is a second when shuttle is dropping the Dark Templar when it's seen, but
no, that's definitely not a thing. I think the range of the missile turret above is just really big.
Oh, but he will snipe one more tank with this Dark Templar's huge move by Bonyth, and he's not afraid of tanks right now because he's going for carriers.
Stop the armory.
Oh yeah, this is a huge move.
Armory, so there's no Goliaths. He can't build Goliaths, and he knows there's carriers on the way.
Yeah. Poor Dandy now, he can't even make Goliath. Now he's making the raid. So yeah, but I think it's too late, unfortunately, for our Peruvian friend.
At this point, he's going to get one Wraith out, kill the shuttle, but the DTs are still going to be able to kill the starport. But okay, there's a scan. He finally got scan. All right, he figured it out, Zero. He's one step closer. But uh-oh, he kills off all the DTs, and now it's going to be carriers that kill him. Maybe this drop goes in and kills a bunch more probes, because you do need a lot of minerals to support carriers.
Yeah, definitely he needs a lot of minerals, and he's only on 2 bases, so it's not like Bonnie is having this totally huge advantage, because this is 2 base versus 2 base, so if Dandy will hold on somehow, it should be relatively fine for him, but he's falling so badly in supplies.
Yeah, I mean, the supply really tells a lot of the story here. There's a carrier killing a dropship, or it's not going to be good. So the vultures can't get in and deal damage. There's a ton of dragoons containing Dandy back at home, and there's a 3rd base on the way for Bonyth. So even if the carriers don't kill Dandy, he's still going to be able to get off of 2 bases, and Dandy probably will not be able to.
Yeah, he's having armory, but I'm not seeing any Goliath yet, so only turrets which are shooting up, and there are 3 carriers overall.
Where's that 4th carrier? Yeah, I think it is just 3. Okay, yeah, he's got another one that's about to pop out, but it's going to be about the Observer, right? Because there's Cloak coming in for raids. And I think we do have a couple of raids somewhere. I can't see them exactly, but I know there was at least... Okay, there's only 1 raid.
Yeah, there is 1 raid, but now he will snipe all the tanks and come with dragoons to kill all the other units. So now the turrets will be useless against dragoons. So very nicely done by Bonnie.
Yeah, and actually this is one of the carriers is pretty damaged. It lost all of its shield. Actually, 2 carriers with no shields. So you gotta be careful, but yeah, there's no more turrets and no more tanks. So everything in the natural here dies, and I think this is gonna be GG.
Yeah, unfortunately for Dandy, he will lose to Bonnie, but there will be raids with Cloak, but there are 2 observers close with this army. Oh, he's trying to snipe the observers, but it's...
Oh, he almost killed 1. He's gonna try to kill the 2nd observer, but both raids die, and that's it. GG.
GG, exactly. And it was impressive how long Dandy was able to stay in this game and fight despite the damage Bonnie dealt to him, right?
Yeah, I was really impressed at his ability to stabilize, even with Dark Templars in your main. Everybody knows how hard it is to deal with DTs when you aren't prepared for them, right? Because you have to get up the detection, then you have to defend against the DTs doing too much damage, then you have to kill the DTs somehow, and then you have to like prevent against future DT attacks, and then when the future DT attacks come in and you still haven't gotten enough to defend, it's just really, really hard. So Dandy stabilized, and that's a feat by itself, but this is Bonyth, so the 1-2 punch is going to kill you, and the carriers just really took him out there at the end.
Yeah, and now I'm afraid of Bonyth shuttle for future. Like every time he will go for shuttle play, it will mean that his opponent will have to do something outstanding to like
Yeah.
just survive.